cares. Vote in 26 for Democrats who are going to shut this administration down and prevent them from doing more harm. The administration's not doing any good, so don't worry. Cares.
So, the only reason I'm making this video is because I made the previous one and I stated a fact, not an opinion, a fact, that Nick Fuentes has been, and always will be, a Democrat. I'm not saying that he is wrong, I'm not saying that he is right, I'm not making any other moral judgment except the reality that he is Democrat. Like, I do not know how else you can call a person that takes the voting stamp and puts it on the D. Except for a Democrat, right? And people were really upset about it. I even got people that unsubscribed, and I was like genuinely confused. I was like, well, hold on a little bit. Like, what am I saying that's not true? How am I being inaccurate? And the most interesting part, this is what fascinates me, right? He wants people to vote Democrat. Like, he wants Democrats to win. And if I say, well, why doesn't he join forces with Destiny then? You know, like, why doesn't he campaign with Hassan? Why doesn't he, you know, like, join forces with the people that also want to vote Democrat so that he can bring his view into fruition? And people again get upset at me. It's like, how can you suggest such a thing? And I'm like, well, I mean, isn't this the goal? Like, if I was to unironically, let's say, be a leftist, right? And I want right-wingers to win. Like, wouldn't I join right-wingers and campaign with them? Like, isn't that normal? Is that what people do? Like, why are you getting upset? Like, it doesn't matter, like, how you justify it, how you go around doing it. Like, at the end of the day, the goal is the goal, right? Like, that is the destination. If you scratch your left ear like this, or you scratch your left ear like this, at the end of the day, you're still scratching your left ear. What the fuck does it matter how you do it? And to me, it's so fascinating to see so many people just not seeing it. And I have to wonder, like, am I really that high IQ? Like, am I really that smart? Because I can't be that smart. I generally think that I'm dumb. But, like, even I get to see, no, like, this man has been, is, and always will be a Democrat. Like, how did I notice? Well, first and foremost, you know, there's more interesting things happening because this gentleman was instigating during the January 6th, right? Like, he was on camera telling people to go into the Capitol. He was instigating during Charlottesville. And recently, you see that the Southern Poverty Law Center had a little bit to do with that, which is very fascinating. You know, it's interesting, as Candace Owens would say. And he didn't get into any trouble over it, right? Like, other people that just happened to be in the breathing area of the Capitol Hill got into trouble. But for some reason they didn't, which is like, okay, you know, fine, fair enough. Like, that's not evidence of anything. But when you're selling Epstein t-shirts to your right-wing audience, like, who does that? You know, like, what is the reputation of the people that you see? Because, like, okay, you know, you can be controversial as Nick Fuentes. Like, Nick Fuentes has been controversial before. Fair enough. You know, like, he can wear the Jeffrey Epstein t-shirts. That's fine. But what is the image of the right-wingers, of the Groypers that go with the Epstein t-shirts next to their families and whatnot? Like, is this a serious movement? You can joke with some things, but, like, with other things, you also have to understand the PR. I'm just saying, it's like, you're not supposed to be obsessed with optics, but, like, a little bit, the bare minimum. You know, at least don't wear the shirt of a pedophile in public is my, you know, standard. But no, he literally sold it to his people. It's kind of like selling clown suits to your political movement. I mean, I guess it's a tactic, you know. Did it work? I personally don't know, right? So, like, right-wingers walking around with the Epstein t-shirt, huh? Is that a good idea? Maybe it is. But that's not even the interesting part, right? Like, the interesting part is that he consistently, systematically, over decades, non-stop, without remorse, told people to vote Democrat. It didn't matter who the right-wing candidate is. It doesn't matter what the policies are. He constantly says, vote Democrat. Now, again, I'm not saying it's bad or not. You know, like, the Democrats are an option, right? Like, you live in a democracy. They have a platform, right? Like, maybe he is with Black Lives Matter or whatever. But, like, you can't just constantly say, yes, this election, I'm voting Democrat. This election, I'm voting Democrat. This election, I'm voting Democrat. I'm a right-winger. Get the fuck out. Like, you're telling me that if Destiny did that, right? Like, if Destiny is a left-wing person and he believes in accelerationism, like Destiny believes we need to get Donald Trump into office so that people see how bad it is, and then people will vote Democrat, right? Like, this is Destiny's new political theory. And so he systematically tells his people to vote Republican. Would you say that Destiny is left-wing? Because I wouldn't say that Destiny is left-wing. Like, if he did that consistently, right? If a Democrat politician constantly votes right-wing in the Senate, is he a left-wing person, or is he left-wing in name only? Oh, in fact, like, they have that in America, right? Like Rhino, a Republican in name only. They have that thing. But now it's mask off. Now it's literally, like I was saying, dude, this guy's a Democrat because he was telling people to stay home and not vote. And now he's openly telling people to vote Democrat. So he's not interested in primary. He's not interested in getting his political party members to join the Republican Party and try to climb the ranks. He is not interested in going and trying to campaign for prosecutors and judges and stuff like that. No, he is voting Democrat because I guess, you're punishing the administration. And so what Nick Fuentes is doing right now is very powerful, right? So the only way he can be countered, the only way the left wing can win, is if they get Hassan and Destiny to realize that we need to stop Nick Fuentes' accelerationism. Like, if we don't stop Nick Fuentes' accelerationism, we lose. So what we need to do is to encourage our leftists to now vote right-wing. Like, we need to accelerate in order to crash into Fuentes' car, right? So Fuentes is now pulling right-wingers to vote left, and we leftists, we must gather forces and get everyone to vote right-wing, because otherwise we lose. No, seriously, like, like who thinks like that? My question, and again, like, I know I upset a lot of people, and I do have one question, and nobody has answered to me, and I said, look, I will change my mind when people answer me this very simple question. It's not difficult. It's a very simple question. If Nick Fuentes was controlled opposition, and if you don't know what controlled opposition is, like, look it up first. Like, first you need to understand what we're talking about. So, like, look it up. Controlled opposition. It's a tactic that has been used, is being used. It's very effective, right? So, if Nick Fuentes was to be controlled opposition, what exactly would you do differently? Like, if you're Nick Fuentes, you got his subscriber base, you have, like, all his people, and the Democrats approach you, they give you money, it's like, okay, you're controlled opposition. How would you change? Like, what exactly would you do? Because you have a right-wing audience, right? So you can't really start LARPing with the LGBTs. Like, you still need to pretend that you're a right-winger. You care about right-wing issues. But you also, when push comes to shove, when the moment is upon us, you need to join forces with the left, right? And so, like, how would you do it differently? What exactly do you think Nick should do more if he was controlled opposition compared to what he is doing now? Again, there's nothing wrong with being a Democrat. Like, it's a viable position, but, like, if you're a Democrat, you can't be a right-winger. It's also interesting how he's not even trying to tell people to vote independent or to vote for the Gold Party, right? Because, like, America has the Libertarian Party. Like, he's not doing any of that. No, like, Democrat. And I genuinely do not know who Donald Trump is, sorry, not Donald Trump, who is going to be on the conservative side the next election, right? So is it going to be J.D. Vance? Is it going to be someone else? We can assume it's going to be J.D. Vance, right? But even after J.D. Vance, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know exactly who the right-wing candidate is going to be. I don't know who the left-wing candidate is going to be either. But what I do know is that Nick Fuentes is going to tell people to vote Democrat. He is the rock. Like, he is the pillar of the Democrat Party, the immovable object. Like, absolutely nothing can happen which will convince him not to support the Democrats. Now, it's interesting because he says that the Trump administration hasn't done a lot. Imagine what Kamala Harris would have done. In fact, he himself has a video and he says, oh, well, the plan was to get Kamala Harris, because then, like, people would have gone on the streets and there would be blood, and he becomes Hassan Piker light. He wants the revolution, right? So, like, the issue is never the issue, it's the revolution. Okay. Interesting how all the newspapers, all of a sudden, started talking about him. Did you notice that? Like, that's very fascinating. So, like, after years of radio silence, all the newspapers were talking about Fuentes. And what's also interesting is the very beautiful thumbnail that he had in The Guardian. Sorry, not The Guardian, the New York Times. Did you notice that? Like, usually journalists, when they hate someone, they put a very uncharitable picture of the person. Like, usually a goofy picture. Like, remember Donald Trump with his finger up there, like a picture with the person yelling or angry. That's what journalists do. It's part of the propaganda, right? The thumbnail is very important. With people they respect, the thumbnail is also serious. And Nick Fuentes was sitting there with a suit and tie, very professional photo. From the New York Times. Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, the only reason I'm saying this is because I was right. Like, I feel validated. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.